Okay, let's look at this example. We have 3 times 4 squared. So now I have an exponent. And so recall, and I'll rewrite this again. So please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. My exponents are going to come before I multiply. And so here I'm going to say 3 times 4 squared. So I need to do 4 squared first. And so this is going to be 3 times 16. And then 3 times 16 is 48. You would not want to do 3 times 4 to get 12 and then square 12 to get 144. How about this next one? 20 divided by 10 times 2. So here, again, we don't have exponents or parentheses. We have multiplication division, and this one's a tricky one. We would not say 10 times 2 and then divide 20 divided by that. We go left to right. So 20 divided by 10 is 2. And then 2 times 2 is 4. So note this one's very highly missed because multiplication sort of comes first within our PEMDAS, but we go left to right when we're doing these. We have 20 minus 3 times 5 and quantity squared. So here we do have parentheses, the P in PEMDAS, right? So we're going to start there. And when I mean start there, we look inside here and we do its order of operations. So within this one, I have an order of operations. And what do I have? I have 20 minus 3 times 5. I have multiplication I've got to do next. So 3 times 5 is 15. So I'm going to have 20 minus 15. And again, still in the parentheses and still squared. I haven't done anything with that. Now I can go ahead and subtract. 20 minus 15 is 5. And 5 squared is 25. Okay, this next one, I went ahead and typed everything out. You'll notice that in most of these videos, I will show work and write this out, but just because this one's pretty tedious and I want to get through fairly quickly and still maintain the integrity of the problem, this is already typed out. So I'm just going to kind of reveal each step. And so this one's a little bit more tricky, right? We have 35 minus 2 times the quantity of 10 minus 6 and just that quantity squared divided by 6 plus 3 squared. So as a quick reminder, the fraction bar sort of acts as a grouping symbol here. And so what I'm going to do to emphasize that is I'm going to put brackets around the top and the bottom. So this is actually what we're thinking when we see that. We usually don't write it though, right? But that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to focus only on the numerator and then focus on the denominator. Okay, so let's start on this one. And so now what am I going to do? We can focus on the top. And within the top, I have order of operations, and I need to do my parentheses first. So I'll go ahead and do that. 10 minus 6 is 4, and I'm just doing one step at a time. Okay, and at the same time, I can kind of work on the denominator. It's removed from the numerator. I'm working on those separately. So at the same time, I can go ahead and say 3 squared is 9. So notice what I did here is I did my parentheses, 10 minus 6 to get 4, and I went ahead and squared the 3 to get 9. Now what do? Let's look at the numerator, and I have a subtraction, a multiplication, and an exponent. Well, what comes next? PEMDAS, we're going to have exponents. So let's go ahead and do 4 squared to get 16. And then in the denominator, I can go ahead and add these to get 15. Now, again, I'm going to go ahead and say 35 minus 2 times 16. What do I have here? I have multiplication. So I'm going to go ahead and do that next. And we're done in the denominator, so nothing to do there. So 35 minus 32 is 3. And then 3 over 15 is 1/5. And again, normally when you're doing these, you would not have brackets there. I did that just for emphasis. And so you can see I'm only focusing on the numerator, and then I focus on the denominator. Okay, and I have one more like this. So we have 25 minus the absolute value of 80 minus 10 times the quantity of 5 minus 2 squared in the absolute value. A lot going on there, but if you focus on one step at a time, you're going to get it. So let's begin by working inside that absolute value. And so here I've just rewritten the problem. So let's go ahead and reveal. My order of operations, I can go ahead and do 5 minus 2. I get 3. Now my next one's going to be to square that 3, which is 9. The next one's going to be to multiply. And so 10 times 9 is 90. And then I'm going to have 80 minus 90 is my next one. Only thing to do, and again, I'm still working within the grouping symbol. That absolute value acts as a parentheses as far as order of operations goes. I get negative 10. So the absolute value now of negative 10 is 10, and then 250 minus 10 is 240. And that's the final answer.